Hello strangers and friends, my name is Grace and welcome to another episode of Sometimes I Make Things, a podcast vlog series primarily about knitting but making things generally. And today, special episode for you, we are going to Woolstock, which is a Ontario Fleece festival. It is October 15th today, so it happens the same weekend as Rhinebeck, so join me on the Ontario version of the Wool Weekend. Come here. Good boy. Hey, Rowan. This is Emily's cat, Rowan. Okay, festival fit check. Wearing my Tin Can Knit Strange Brew and multiple different Halloween-y colorwork charts. I will list them in the description, and I have them all on my Ravelry page for the project. And the wool is fingering weight from Briggs & Little. It's the sport, actually. And then I'm wearing first pair of hand knit socks I ever made out of Langja wool yarns. Ooh, you can like feel the grease on it too.
Shorter fibers and less about actually separating the ribbons into individual strands. But as I get finer, that balance shifts. My fine knuckles are mostly about separating the strands and less about taking out. So it's normal to end up with about 10%. So if you look at 10% of this ends up as fine linen that I would use to steam fine flax. Or fine linen, I should say. I grow it.
Being ignored.
Yeah, the white one looks like it's got serious too. Maybe just because like I associate the ears back.
It's like the nose concept.
Oh my gosh.
Nixie, she's a French Angora, and she's about 5 years old. So very experienced as a show rabbit and as a fiber bunny.
She's fancy.
Now there are 5 breeds of Angoras: Giants, Germans, French, English, and
Got
Satin.
one back in.
You can tell them apart by their accents. Okay, sweetheart. Now, the French and the Satin Angoras are distinguished from the other breeds because they have more guard hair. And the guard hair makes them easier to care for.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It's like coming off it in droves.
This is amazing.
That's enough of that. I feel like she doesn't mind that. I guess she's used to it.
Oh yeah, I mean, when they're young, we start them when they're young. And we don't put it on full power. So, well, it's always on full power, but we take the nozzle off. It isn't as strong. And they very quickly learn, oh, okay.
My cat was this easy.
He was my demo rabbit, so I should have left her alone for the last one.
The demo rabbit.
So flappy.
That's just one handful. A buck.
Thank you, buddy.
They won't. They will, in a sense. They won't get it all off, but they'll scratch. They'll chew it. They'll roll on the cage and they'll fall off. It's coming off one way or the other. And you really don't want them to eat it because that leads to something called wool block. Now, the long-haired breeds are very prone to wool block.
A neutered male provides more fiber, but I have never experienced that. No, you know what's weird? That never happens. I don't know why. But you think, yeah, it doesn't bother her at all. She wants to say, hey, who are you?
No, 100% Angora. Okay, yeah. So this is all bunny.
This one's all bunny?
This one's all bunny.
Ooh, no, that is super soft.
Isn't that stunning? 123. Need to be. I love it.
And there you have it. That was mine and Emily's trip to the Woolstock Festival in Paris, Ontario. We had a really great time. Funnily enough, it is actually November 13th now. It's been a whole month since the Wool Festival. Unfortunately, both Emily and I did get a little bit sick the week following, so I think we picked something up at Woolstock, which is unfortunate and a bit of a reality of the times we're living in, so be careful out there. So that's why this video is coming out so delayed, is that the week following I just felt gross, and then also I am a college student these days, so I had plenty going on with school. I've been through midterms since then and a bunch of assignments I had to get done, so there just really hasn't been time for YouTubing. But I'm really glad to be here now, and looking back on the festival and editing it has been nice. It really was a wonderful day, and I hope I can go again next year. And I'm not sure that I'm going to be going to any more wool festivals for the rest of the year. I might try swinging the One of a Kind craft show in Toronto, which is a huge craft fair that they have it. I think it's like a farming building, some sort of exchange. I don't know, but I might vlog that if I go to it, but I think the rest of the year I'm going to try to keep pretty low-key, just because the past month I've had kind of various icks, so I'm going to try and stay healthy until Christmas. That's the plan, at least. Anyway, update aside, this is the top of my yarn shelf, by the way. There is more yarn below, but I thought it'd be fun to show off a little bit here. I did make some purchases at Woolstock, so I thought this would be a nice time to show those off. Got my little bag here. So I got all these from Barn 1, which was the first barn that I showed you, and it was so fun being in there. I picked up this 80% merino, 20% mulberry silk from Fiber Garden. Now, as you may have seen from my last fiber vlog of a festival, I did buy some fleece and spinning equipment. Actually, I have my spindle here, handily. And I haven't learned to spin yet, so this is kind of silly of a purchase that I bought this. But I just fell so in love with it. It's like magical unicorn. The colorway is called Sorbet. And you know what? Knowing me, I'm probably going to spin it up and it's going to turn a weird shade of brown. But I just couldn't get over how beautiful this was. So even though I don't know how to spin yet, this has definitely made me feel more motivated. My friend Kahin, who is Swish and Knit on Instagram, is really into spinning, and I'm hoping to go visit her in Ottawa later this year. So if so, hopefully I can bring along some spinning stuff and she'll teach me how to spin. So yeah, this has definitely made me feel more excited about starting. I'm a little nervous just because it's a new thing, and you know, I want to make sure that the supplies that I buy I use well, but not using the supplies that you buy is probably counts as not using them well. So I probably shouldn't be as afraid to start, but I want to do justice to the beautiful fibers that I've purchased so far. So yes, number one. The others that I got, as you can probably see from my Loving Path bag here, are from the Loving Path, who I have heard of before, but I've never purchased from. It's these two beautiful skeins. Look at them. Now normally these are not my kind of colors. You can't see a lot of my selection here, but I like a lot of earthy, rusty. I mean, we got some neon purple back here. But you know, I like my greens, and I do enjoy a neon, I will say. So these were kind of unexpected colors for me to pick out because I don't wear a lot of this in my wardrobe, but I just saw these and they were so pretty together, and yeah, I just was like, I want this to be like a nice shawl or something. I don't know. Please, please, please put recommendations in the comments of your favorite 2 skein fingering weight shawl patterns. These could make a really cute pair of socks, but I don't know if I'm ready to have like a $70 pair of socks right now because this was expensive. This is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. The blue colorway is Lagoon and the pink is Enid. And yeah, I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do with these yet. I'm leaning towards shawl. I'm currently knitting my first shawl and I'm really liking the process. Remains to be seen if I'm a shawl wearer, but I'm really liking making them. So yeah, suggestions welcome, but I just, they're so, something about this makes me so happy. So no, maybe 2023 is my year of pastel. So yeah. Now, in addition to doing some shopping at Woolstock, as one is wont to do, I have done one last big wool purchase for 2022. Definitely spent a lot more than my planned amount looking back on my spending habits. It's not what was planned, but anyway, it's happened. The Knitting Loft, which is probably my favorite yarn store that I have access to, has, I think 4 times a year they do a 20% off sale, which is a pretty nice deal. So basically you get the tax knocked off plus a little bonus on the side. So whenever they do that sale, I typically am interested in trying to get something just because it feels like the best time if I've been eyeing yarn for a while. So I had a bunch of yarns that I had been eyeing and I decided to get them when they did their sale in, I think it was late October, last week of October maybe, and I'm pretty excited about what I got. So I'm going to show you that as well. This is some bonus because you guys had to wait a whole month for me to get this video out. So first thing I got is this skein of 80% BFL and 20% nylon. I have been wanting to try BFL for quite a while for socks, and this color in particular I thought was very pretty. I think I'm going to do a cable sock with it. I might do lace, but I've heard such wonderful things about BFL that I wanted to give that a try. The company is Dyed by Dells, who I haven't used before, but this skein it was discounted to begin with and had the 20% discount. So at the end, this was like a $32 skein. I got it for $16. Like, exceptional, sensational. So staying open-minded about what I'm going to make with that for now, but I'm aiming towards socks with that. The next bit that I got was 4 balls of this Love Tanned yarn by Camarose. It is in the color Midnats Blah, which I think is Midnight Blue. And this is a linen yarn. Yes, 100% linen. This one I am planning on making a tank pattern with. The name is currently escaping me. I haven't bought the pattern yet, but I want some preparing for next summer. Basically, I want to make some pieces. So yeah, it has kind of a, I don't know if crunchy is the right word. I don't really have the words to describe plant yarns, but it's not a rough yarn. I'd say it is soft, but it has like a plant texturedness to it, a crinkliness. I think that's a good way of putting it. So linen does tend to soften up with wear and with washing, and I think that's going to make a fantastic top. Additionally, on the plant yarn front, I got my first ever 4-skein set. Yes, 4-skein set of Knitting for Olive Pure Silk. This is the sunflower colorway, and this is also going to become a top. I think I'm going to be making the olive top by Knitting for Olive. It has this lovely leaf patterning, and it's a V-neck back and front. So that's the plan for this one. I had such a hard time choosing a color for this. There's so many beautiful shades of Knitting for Olive, but ultimately I just love yellow so much. So I think it'll look nice on me with my hair color. But yes, I am thrilled about this. This year was like the year of Knitting for Olive Pure Silk. Everybody was using it, it seemed. And when it came, I'd never had my hands on this yarn before, but it felt different than I expected. I think in my mind, like, it's silk, so it's gonna feel like silk, obviously. But in my mind, I think I was imagining it feeling more like a linen, and then it would soften up into a more silk feel. I didn't expect it to feel so silky right away. So it almost threw me off at first, because I was like, oh, that's just not what I thought it would be. But now it's really grown on me, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna work on the blue top or the yellow top first. Remains to be seen. But that's kind of the thing with summer knitting, is you kind of want to do summer knitting before the summer so you can enjoy the fruits of your labor, instead of it being October. Now you've got this cute lacy top. It's like, well, what am I gonna do with that? So I've got 2 summer tops planned and a pair of socks planned. And then this last one was a bit of a last minute idea. It wasn't very much planned, but this is Cascade 220 in white. I got 2 skeins of this. And that's because I did a test knit for James and Watts. I knit the Granny's Attic sock, and I can't remember if I've shown that on here yet, but I'll update you in the next video if not. But anyway, I did a test knit for James, and as compensation for that work, I got a free pattern, so I reimbursed it for the Earth and Air sweater, which is a brioche, and it's a worsted weight yarn and a mohair yarn, and it can be a t-shirt or a long sleeve, but just a brioche piece basically. So it's popular because it's pretty low yardage. So 2 skeins of worsted should be enough for me to do it. And I've decided, instead of making a Ghost Whisperer top with this mohair that I got at the last festival I went to in Fenland Falls, I just wasn't sure if this was quite enough to make my size. So I was waffling on whether or not I was going to go for it. I decided I'm going to make an Earth and Air out of this. So I think this is going to be incredible. I think it'll mute down the purple a little bit, and maybe make it more wearable, and it'll brighten up the white as well. So I think this will be great. I haven't done a swatch yet. If I do a swatch and I don't like it, whatever. White worsted weight yarn, I can make a great hat out of this, or mitts, or anything. I could even over dye it. Can't go wrong with white worsted weight wool, but that's the plan for my Earth and Air currently, and I think it'll be pretty cool. So we'll see. So that gives you a bit of an idea of what's on my mind as far as making for the new year. My next video, I'm planning on doing pretty soon, I'm gonna have to do a what I made in 2022 video, but also I do want to make plans for the new year. What is my queue looking like, and what can you expect to see in the coming year? Yeah, kind of a year in review video and a year looking forward video. That's what's next on my docket. That being said, thank you very much for watching my little adventure video and quick update. I just really wanted to get this out there, and I am looking forward to making more. I really do enjoy this YouTube process. It's been just almost a year. I don't think it's been a year quite yet. I'm pretty sure my first vlog came out in December, but I feel like I've learned a lot about the making process. There's still a lot of things that I want to perfect, learn how to do. I still haven't quite cracked doing voiceovers yet, but I'm looking forward to all the new skill sets that I can integrate into my YouTube practice in the next year. So stay tuned for more. Hopefully I'll have at least one more video out this year, but I'm gonna try to stick to my uploading at least once a month is the plan. Anyway, take care. Bye, friends.